Today we're making 4 easy homemade snacks using peanut butter as the main ingredient. From the creamy layers of a chocolate peanut butter parfait to the crunch of peanut butter balls, the simplicity of peanut butter banana rice cakes, and the sweet chocolate peanut butter berry bark. Peanut butter is an affordable source of protein that can be stretched for a variety of different snacks and uses, makes it a great affordable ingredient for your household. If you enjoy this video, give it a like and subscribe to my Helm's Kitchen YouTube channel. Cool thing about this chocolate parfait is you could actually just make this in whatever little yogurt container you buy, or you could do it like I did and place it in another small container. It's up to you really. My go-to yogurt is usually oat or cashew based, but honestly you can use any kind for this recipe. Just keep in mind sometimes the coconut or nut-based yogurts are really high in fat, so read the label. Same goes for peanut butter. You can use generic brands or splurge on the organic stuff. I do recommend creamy regardless though, since it mixes a lot better into this yogurt. Once you've got the peanut butter and yogurt looking nice and creamy, you're gonna melt your chocolate only for 30 seconds, otherwise you might burn it. I use dark chocolate chips, but you can melt any chocolate you want for this. Funny, back when I cooked in the Coast Guard, chocolate was one of those black market items some people would prefer over cigarettes, funny enough. Fortunately, I was a chef, so I had access to any food I wanted. Next up, add some honey for the sweetness, followed by peanuts for the saltiness, which pair really well together. Think of a Snickers bar, you know? For extra saltiness, add some sea salt flakes, which kinda seem like a funny thing to stock in your pantry, but once you get them, I guarantee you're gonna use them a lot on all sorts of stuff, from sweet treats like this to a savory steak. After this sets in the fridge for about an hour or so, the chocolate is gonna harden just like a chocolate bar would, you know? Peanut butter balls make a great snack for a number of reasons. You know, they're a good pre-workout, post-workout meal. This recipe makes about 20 balls depending how large you roll them, and I like to use instant oats since it binds much easier with all the other ingredients. All you're gonna do is super simple. You're gonna add all these ingredients into a large bowl and mix them all together. So you got your oats, your peanut butter. I use dark chocolate chips again. You're gonna throw in the honey. You're gonna throw in crushed cashews, which I love crushed cashews. You can use whatever you want. You can throw in almonds, you can throw in flax seeds, chia seeds. You can even throw in berries. But if you do throw in berries, I'll warn you, make sure you store these things in the fridge. Otherwise, they're gonna grow some mold if you leave them on the counter. Try to fold in all these ingredients using a tool without any give to it, like a big spoon, which is what I'm using here. Pro tip, wet your fingertips a little while you're rolling these balls, otherwise they're gonna stick to you a lot. Just make sure not to over wet or over soak, or I guess overhydrate your fingers. Otherwise the balls, they're gonna get too moist and fall apart on you. Now you can make these as small or as big as you want. I made 20 of them, which were a little smaller than a golf ball. These come in super clutch because they last a solid week in the fridge, and instead of buying any BS filler snacks at the store, you get to eat something pretty decent for way cheaper. It's a great way to save a buck and get some good protein in. Before I continue with the next 2 snacks, I'd like to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Let's Chow. Did you realize a staggering 24% of military families face food insecurity? It's unacceptable. That is why Let's Chow has united myself, Stronghold Pantry, and comedian Ashley Gutermuth to address this very serious problem. Through our partnership, we are teaching military families how to make affordable, healthy dinners at home. We're proud to promote culinary education, financial empowerment, and community engagement for our nation's veterans, service members, and their families. Now I want to talk to you about Let's Chow, which is a nonprofit designed to provide services for military veterans through cooking therapy, cookware donations, culinary education, and business advice for anyone from home chefs to aspiring food truck or restaurant owners. They manage veteran-run food trucks in Annapolis, Atlantic City, Fort Lauderdale, and San Diego. Let's Chow also offers online digital training at their website, where you can find a 10-lesson program that will take you from knife cuts to perfect steak dinner and prepare you for a national certificate in food service sanitation management. Peanut butter rice cakes, it's hard to get much more simpler than this for a snack, but it's super healthy. They're very easy. You can make them in advance. You can stick them in a Ziploc bag or Tupperware or whatever and have them for the rest of the week. Funny enough, in culinary school, we learned how to write out a recipe basically using grade school logic. There was even a recipe card for a peanut butter sandwich because
The logic with any recipe, no matter how easy or complicated, you need to know the exact steps involved. After you peanut butter up your rice cake, you're gonna peel your banana like the chimps do from the bottom. Just pinch and peel, and take a moment to understand I just blew your mind. You're also gonna slice it while it's in the peel. Now we're gonna melt our dark chocolate chips, or whatever chocolate you're using. 30 seconds top, remember, don't burn it. You're gonna swirl it up nice after it's nice and creamy like this. Try to spread it on a little neater than I do. I'll be completely honest, I don't have a very gentle touch with anything like this. I'm not a very good baker either. I don't have those small delicate hands. Maybe that's part of it. I got these big Italian-American sausage fingers. Anyways, top it with some salt again and throw it in the fridge. This is only going to take about 30 to 45 minutes or so to set. You can store these in Ziploc bags or a little container or something. You can even put them in the fridge, just make sure to label them. And they come out really great, you know, they make a perfect snack. They're under a couple hundred calories. They're nice and easy.
This chocolate peanut butter berry bark is meant to be healthier than the alternative you buy at a store. You don't want to buy a Snickers bar, a Reese's bar, or whatever. Instead, just make it at home. It's going to be 10 times healthier. You know what exactly is going into it.
I'm using raspberries and blackberries because honestly, that's just what looked best at my store. But you can use sliced strawberries, orange slices, blueberries, or whatever else you can think of or have on hand. The core concept is to smash up whatever you're using, since this will be the top of the fudgy bark once we flip it over. So keep that in mind. You'll want to spread it out evenly before coating in some honey for that added sweetness. Kind of reminds me of making a berry compote without the heat, obviously. Next, we're going to get a 1-to-1 ratio of chocolate to peanut butter. Throw it in the microwave for about 30 to 45 seconds, making sure our chocolate doesn't burn. Then mix it vigorously, which is also kind of a cool word I don't use enough probably. But anyways, mix it super vigorously until it's nice and smooth, because this is going to be the topping for our entire fudgy-like bark. Now, some people might not mix it up as smooth as me, and then you can make kind of marble swirls in it. I just didn't do it that way. You feel free to. Like I said, I don't have that nice delicate touch, so mine probably wouldn't look that nice anyways. But if you do try it, throw it on social media and tag me at Helmut's Kitchen. I'd love to see it. And, that'd just be cool for me to see, honestly. Make sure to spread the mixture out really evenly, since this will be the bottom of our bark. Also salt it. Then we're going to set in the fridge, ideally for a few hours to truly set. Or if you're impatient like me and you're filming an episode for YouTube for you to learn, like I am, put it in for like an hour. We're going to scoop it out. We're going to still flip it over, but more importantly, we're going to cut it into pieces while it's still kind of extra fudgy, not quite set. And then we're going to put it in a plate, and then we're going to stick it in the freezer for like 20 minutes, and it's going to be good as if it were to sit in the fridge for a few hours, kind of just expediting the process. We're going to throw some more salt on it as well, so there's kind of that nice double layer of salt. Gently slice your bark into whatever size pieces you'd like, and kind of keep in mind, this is a ton of peanut butter and chocolate, so maybe cut them a little smaller than I did, or don't, whatever gets you going, Now I'm going to show you what these look like after I threw them in the freezer for about 20 minutes or so, and it really does the trick. And unfortunately, when I break these in half, my camera loses focus a little, so sorry about that, but they break apart really well, and these things are just delicious. I hope you give it a shot.
If you enjoyed this episode, I bet you'll also like my episode where I teach you how to make overnight oats for 2 people with 3 variations of my favorite treats: Snickers, Reese's, and peanut butter and jelly. I'll link that video above and in the description below. Also, make sure to like this video and subscribe to my Helmut's Kitchen YouTube channel.